Okay, so I got Greg Friend with me today, all the way from Cyprus. How are you doing, Greg?
Hey, good to hear from you, Tiki, and we're looking forward to doing the Rugby Predictor today. I'm not saying that I'm a prophet like Ubud Angel, but I'm just telling you how it's going to happen.
All right, so I've got your predictions laid out here, and the first one I see that's like pretty surprising is you've given France the head over New Zealand. So the first game, you reckon France is going to win that one?
All right, listen up here. I mean, if we just break it down here, we've got France, the informed team, playing in front of a home crowd. We have the French as well in the Northern Hemisphere, red wine and brie cheese running through their veins. I do think that they will put one over the All Blacks and then obviously win the rest of their games. And I'm going to give them the win in Pool A. I really believe that informed side, even though the New Zealanders are looking quite good in the Super Rugby, I think that the French team have it together at the moment under Gautier.
Okay. And then you're going with another Northern Hemisphere team in the second pool, saying Ireland to take South Africa?
That's right. I mean, just like a Grand National winner, out the blocks, Ireland will be full of passion again, as you well know, again in the Northern Hemisphere with the support behind them. I do think that they'll get one over. The surprise, the 50-50 in this group is Scotland. I was thinking about Scotland, where would they be? But I feel that they haven't got enough South Africans in their side to actually replace a full South African side. It means that South Africa will either get kicked out in Pool B or they'll go all the way to win. But I'm going to put them in as a runner-up. Just for that reason that Ireland is the informed team. I do feel they peaked a little bit early, but they'll get one over. And then with the squad system that South Africa is using, I feel that we do get stronger as the tournament goes on, where the other teams begin to fade. Yeah.
All right. And I mean, there's not too many surprises in this Pool C. You've got Australia over Wales. I think that's fairly obvious.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was just going to say, Australia is playing a good brand of rugby, and Alan Wynne-Jones is playing his 900th season. He might make a comeback for this World Cup. And I've also seen that Toby Faletau is actually turning white. He's been there so long. So, Wales, I think, are struggling for new blood and therefore will scrape into second place.
Okay. What about England over Argentina? I mean, England not playing well. Argentina's been there. And then, of course, you had to leave out Japan. So what was that all about?
So my thought pattern here goes, I mean, I would love it. It would be a great day for me to say that Argentina put one over the English, to get back at them again for the Falklands War. But I feel that Argentina haven't been playing enough rugby in the last 2 years. Even though England is not in a good space at the moment, they're still a more cohesive team. They have more depth. They don't play an exciting brand of rugby, as we well know. It's quite methodical. Argentina is the wild card, but they've not been playing any rugby. They've not joined any of the super rugbies like they did before when they were the Pumas and they were a cohesive unit. They spread all over the world playing. So I do feel that's a disadvantage for them. Japan, I don't feel has that amazing spark that they had all those years ago in the World Cup against South Africa under Eddie Jones. In fact, a few of those players are actually still playing for Japan. So again, struggling for new blood. They have not been part of a Super Rugby season as well. And as you know, the Japanese league is it's quite soft, to say the least. I mean, I'm not saying that I could play in it, but you get double the pay and half the work, they tell me. So I don't think Japan's gonna get one over Argentina. But I do think the experience of the English coaching team and the experience at World Cups will bring them through to the winner of Pool D.
Okay. So you get a quarterfinal one, Australia versus Argentina?
Yeah, Australia versus Argentina. Listen, I've pulled Australia over Argentina for that one for the very reason what we've just explained. The Australians are playing a good brand of rugby at the moment, and they've been playing a lot of Super Rugby. And they actually, for the first year, I've enjoyed watching their Super Rugby teams. They're actually doing quite all right. And And I think they're going to get one over Argentina on that one.
So
I'd love to be wrong on that
big
one, by the
upset
way.
in Q. Yeah, sure. In quarterfinal 2, by the way, you've got the big upset, which, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, it's going to be a great game. New Zealand, Ireland never making a quarterfinal before, like never winning a quarterfinal. You say this year they fail again.
So what happens is, I mean, it's the big stage again. It's against one of their biggest rivals. They get there. They get to the quarterfinals. They've got the whole town behind. There's too much emotion. You know, I don't know if their depth is that great. They could have picked up a couple of injuries. Again, peaking a bit earlier this year, winning the what is it, the Six Nations.
Six Nations, and then
I feel that they've peaked a little bit early, and by this stage of the quarterfinals of the World Cup, their key players will start feeling a bit tired, and that's where I believe they're going to lose it in the end. And I would say it would be in the last 15-20 minutes, to be honest.
And this one here, I mean, England, Wales, you can expect that to be a close game, I would have thought.
Well, I don't know. I really don't think. I honestly don't think that Wales have much in the tank at the moment. I don't think they're being coached very well. I don't think there's actually a lot of harmonious behavior within the squad, if you read some of the articles. And I just don't think they've got the key players to rally around in order to beat a poor but organized English side. You must always remember that the English coaching staff they've been around the block and they know what to do and when to do it. So it might be the most boring game on the planet that England will play, but they will eke out a win. That's how they do it.
Here you got a really big upset. France, after beating New Zealand in the sort of round robin in the pool stage, they lose to South Africa in the quarterfinal.
The ghosts of 1995 Durban in the rain. I think you might have even been there, Tiki, with more hair than you have now. It again boils down to the basic rugby, and I think the South Africans just have the muscle to grind down the French flair, and by the quarterfinal stage, having it all on the line, I think that the mighty Bokke are going to pull one over, and again, it's going to be a very tight match. And but I do think the South Africans will surprise everyone yet again.
Okay, then you get this really amazing semi-final where it's New Zealand versus Australia.
Now, I mean, that's the Battle of the Tasman, as you well know. That's going to be a great one. And you know, it's always a tough one. You know, I do love the way New Zealand plays, but they're my mortal enemy. And as for the Australian horse thieves, you know, I can't comment too much on them. But I just feel that the experience in this position of the New Zealanders and what I've seen recently in the Super Rugbies, comparing the sides, the two winning sides, you know, Crusaders and Chiefs the other day, if you watched it, putting together a lot of those players, I feel will definitely get one over Australia. And I don't think it'll be close, to be honest with you. I think we're looking at 10, 15 points in it to New Zealand at this stage. Because once you've, I think once there's a couple past the chalk, the Australians, their heads drop and it'll be all over bar the shouting.
All right. And South Africa usually have a good game against England, but England have won a lot of semi-finals.
England have won a lot of semi-finals, but they've also lost a lot of finals to the Springboks. You know, I think that we've definitely got their number in the semi. They're not playing well. They might pull one out the bag and have a good go of it. But I think by this stage, the Springbok juggernaut, that's right, I called it a juggernaut, will have been picked up momentum, already looking towards who will be in what position in the final.
Well, that gives you a New Zealand-South Africa final, like not seen since 95. Jonah Lomu's here.
Oh, not seen since 95. And what a pity we haven't seen one since, because this will be an absolutely electric final with these two teams going at it. Listen, at the end of the day, with a final, it can go either way. I'm, however, a Springbok supporter, so I'm always going to give it to the Springboks. Many will say no, the New Zealanders will pull one over, but I'm going to give it to the Boks. It will be electric. I do feel it is possibly going to be a high-scoring game. When I say high scoring for a final, so we're looking at in the 20s, 20s to 30s, but not too far apart. And I hope that we're on the receiving end of that gold.
Awesome, Greg. Well, thank you so much for your prediction. We're going to look forward to airing it and seeing what the guys who you play rugby with and the guys who let's see what they say.
100%, guys. You've heard it first here. South Africa yet again to win the World Cup 2023. What a day it will be. Thanks, Dickie Jones.
Thank you, Greg. Cheers, man.
Yeah.